What do you do when your tailgate latch doesn't unlatch anymore? You could take it to a mechanic, but that's money you could use for other things. Today, I'm going to show you how to fix your tailgate latch and save yourself some money. But first, you're going to need to make sure you have these tools. In a perfect world, we'd be able to lay this tailgate down to actually be able to get into the handle and change it. But we know the world isn't perfect, so we're going to have to leave it up, and that's probably how you're going to have to do it at home. Now, there are 8 screws on the tailgate that let us get into the handle. And as you can tell, my truck has a bed liner on it. That doesn't change the fact that there are still 8 screws that are going to be in the same spots, whether you have a bed liner or not. Alright, we're on the last screw here, and what's going to happen is once we pull this screw out, the access panel that's behind this will drop. Now, it will crash, but it probably won't hurt the access panel, so just don't put your hands near the bottom, you'll be alright. Alright, last screw's out, the access panel didn't drop. But the bed liner's not completely off yet either. So let's just push it towards the truck. We push the bed liner towards the front of the truck. Now the access panel fell. Take the bed liner off, put it somewhere safe. And take the access panel, just lay it somewhere. Now we're ready to get to the handle. Alright, so now we can get into the handle, but you still can't put the tailgate down. It's going to be easiest to work on this if you put the tailgate down flat. In order to do that, there are 2 latch rods that run right here. You're going to want to take these and push them in towards the opposite hand. Now the latches are released on the side. Lay it down nice and smooth. Time to use our socket wrench. We have a 10mm socket, a deep well socket on here, which is going to make it a lot easier to get into the deep recessed bolts. Now we unscrewed the bolts. Let's go ahead. All you got to do is slide the tailgate handle out, which you'll see it only goes out one way. And with these tailgate handles, as you can see, this is actually a new one. I don't have the old one, but what happens is these latch rod tensioners right here, they're usually the ones that break off. The factory ones you'll find are usually a light plastic or a really light aluminum. Spend some money and actually get a good one. This is actually forged steel, so it won't break, it'll last over time. And here's another little tip. eBay. You can find these on eBay for about $6 a piece, whereas you go to a big name auto parts store, 45, 50 bucks set you back. So for $5, $6 on eBay, not a bad deal. Alright, right here we have the bolt holes, and here are the latch rod tensioners. Now if you look on the tailgate here, here's where the bolt holes go, and the latch rod tensioner's right here. So it goes in like this. You put the latch rod tensioners in first, and then you angle back the bolt holes and just slide it right in. Now, we have the handle in, but before we go ahead and put everything back, take your handle and just reach underneath of it and see that it pulls these latch rods in and out. If it does, it's good to go. Alright, let's just go ahead and tighten these up now, since we know the tailgate handle is working. Alright, you don't want to tighten it too much or else you risk stripping the bolts and the thread inside the nut. Now, another thing is, right here is the connector chances are the handle broke because it was old. These parts here are all old too. Now, just take a little WD-40, spray right on it, come over here and spray the end and the outside. Same thing on the other side. Take it, working around. Alright, we lubed up all the moving parts. Now we can go ahead and just start reassembling the tailgate. So we have the access panel, just put it on first. Line up the screw holes, like so. Get your bed liner if you have one. Line it up over top of the access panel. And then just take your screws and just start putting them in. There you have it, a quick and easy replacement that you didn't pay anyone else to do. Hopefully, seeing simple projects like this done will encourage you to become more mechanically independent for projects that really are for do-it-yourselfers.